Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, people? It's your boy Jay Jordan back again for another WNBA watch along. Salute to everybody who tuned in for the earlier one. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We had some decent numbers there for what ended up being a pretty good game between the Washington Mystics and the LA Sparks. Mystics ended up getting that win in the bag. All right, people. So now we have this game here. This game between the Phoenix Mercury, who are currently the 4 seed with a 19-13 record. I think they're still the 4 seed after. Let me see. Yeah, they're still the 4 seed with a 19-13 record. And the Storm, who are 8th seed with a 17-17 record. This game is on League Pass. That's where I'll be watching it. We'll get into the starting lineups. I'm still waiting on the Phoenix Mercury to release their starting lineup. Nneka Ogwumike was just ruled out of this game, so I'm trying to see who is going to take her place, but I know for a fact they have released the Storm lineup. It's Skylar Diggins, Brittany Sykes, Gabby Williams, Nneka Ogwumike, and Azzy Magbagor, excuse me. Their subs are Dom Malonga, Tiff Mitchell, Erica Wheeler, Lexi Brown, and Mackenzie Holmes. Of course, Katie Lou Samuelson's out for the season with that ACL injury. Right? This is the 4th game of the evening. They had 4 games already. This will be the 5th. They had 3 games already, excuse me. This will be the 4th game of the evening. We saw the Indiana Fever come back from a 21-point deficit to beat the Connecticut Sun 99-93 in overtime, their largest comeback in their history. We also had the LA Sparks and Washington Mystics. That's the game that we did. The Mystics ended up winning wire to wire. They never trailed in the game. They won that game 95-86. And the Dallas Wings end up getting smacked up by the Las Vegas Aces 106-87. They now have won 7 games in a row. Longest winning streak in the W. Later tonight, we have the 8:30 p.m. game between the Atlanta Dream and the Golden State Valkyries. I don't think I'm going to do that game after all. I thought about it, but I'm probably not going to stream that game. So this will be the last game of the evening. Let me sit up a little bit. My bad. There we go. All right, cool. So still waiting on the Mercury to release their lineup. I'm just refreshing their page until they release who will be starting for them. Let me go to Mercury and go to their actual X account and see if they release a picture of their lineup. Now they still haven't. So we shall wait and see. Hopefully you guys are doing well on this Sunday evening. It's approaching 6 p.m. here on the East Coast of the United States. Hopefully you guys are doing well. We can actually take a look at this game. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. You can take a look at the preview for this matchup. All right, cool. That's good. And let's take a look here. All right, cool. Let's take a look. We have some time here. So, game is between the Phoenix Mercury and the Seattle Storm. As I mentioned, 19-13 for the Mercury, 17-17 for the Storm. They haven't updated the injuries here on Yahoo Sports, but in terms of stat leaders, you got Satu Sabali still leading the way in points scored, 17 points per game. Alyssa Thomas leads in assists and rebounds, 9 assists for her, 8.6 rebounds for the Storm. Nneka Ogwumike leads the way in scoring, 18.2 points per game, 5.9 assists for Skylar Diggins, and 7.3 assists, rebounds, for Nneka Ogwumike. All right, that's their team comparison there. And if we look at the odds for those in the betting, You got the Mercury are underdogs here. They're 1.5 point underdogs. And over under is 164.5 on the total points. What up, Chemo? Salute Joe with a tough pull to pick. Mercury versus Storm. Yeah, very, very tough. Looking at the season matchup between these two teams, we got the Seattle Storm leading the series 2-1. So this is the final game of the season series. This is a big game for both teams. Storm, if they win the season series, they'll have the head-to-head tiebreaker over the Mercury. So if it comes down to head-to-head at the end, they'll have the advantage. The Mercury need to get a win here in order to eliminate that point of contention if it does come down to it. Matchups on May 17th was the first one. The Phoenix Mercury beat up on the Storm 81-59 in Phoenix. Then Seattle won at home 77-70 back on May 23rd. They had another matchup in June. Seattle beat the Mercury in Phoenix 89-77, and this is the final one today. Looking at their recent history, the Mercury have lost their last 2 games. They've won 3 of their last 5. For the Storm, they were on a 6-game losing streak before they beat Atlanta in the Canada game on Friday by 80-78. Snapping that 6-game losing streak. They were as high as like 3 or 4 in the standings, and now they're all the way down at 8th. So they have some things to address. I think they just released who will get the start. It will be Alyssa Thomas, Sammy Whitcomb, Copper, Sabali, and Max. So let me update that for us. So Sammy Whitcomb gets to start. Actually, I actually didn't even have her on my bench list. That's crazy. So they put in Alyssa Thomas technically at the point guard position. So they would have Thomas, Whitcomb, Sammy, Whitcomb, Kahleah Copper, Satu Sabali, and Natasha Mack. All right, so that's updated now. Starting lineup is updated for the Phoenix Mercury. Just came out about a minute ago, so I got that up for us. Right, as I mentioned, I am watching this game on League Pass. Once it starts, we'll get this show on the road. Appreciate everyone tuning in for another watch along. It's our second one of the day. Remember, the season is coming to a close. The last day of the season is September 11th. So we're about a little under a month until the season is completed, and the playoffs will start 3 days later on September 14th. Teams jockeying for position. The only team that is solid in their positioning in the playoffs is the Minnesota Lynx. They're the only team that has clinched a playoff spot already. They have a 28-5 record, currently on a 6-game winning streak. Atlanta, the team playing next, with a 21-12 record. Julie, salute for the follow on Twitch. Salute. Appreciate you for that follow. Alrighty. Let's take a quick look at the standings while we have some time here. Oh, that's not good. Let me get that fixed. Let's see. Oh, I know what happened. There we go. All right, that's fixed. Let's take a look at that. Boom, there we go. My bad. So this is the current standings. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. So currently that X means they've clinched a playoff spot, so they could lose the rest of their games and still make the playoffs. Atlanta at 21-12. You got the Liberty at 21-13. Phoenix at 19-13. Aces, with the win just a few minutes ago, moved to 20-14. Golden State in 6 with 18-15. You got Indiana at 19-16. Big win today by them. They would have dropped down to 18-17. They would have probably stayed at 7th, but it potentially could have dropped down to 8th if Seattle wins. Seattle at 17-17, 16-18 for the Sparks, and 16-18 for the Mystics. All right, broadcast is starting. This is Sue Bird statue unveiling night. She would be the first WNBA player to have their statue immortalized, as that's how they had it written. So Sue Bird, first WNBA player to receive statue from a franchise. So they already unveiled the statue, I should say, but this is the night that they are recognizing her contribution. Sue Bird, three or four time, I can't remember. It's either 3 or 4 time WNBA champion. Sue Bird rings. Yeah, she has 4. 2004, 2010, 18, and 20. So 4 rings, all with Seattle, for Sue Bird. All ring. All right, cool. As I mentioned, the Storm snapped their 6-game losing streak on Friday in that 2-point win against Atlanta on Friday. That was the Canada game. All right, make sure you leave a like on the stream, subscribe if you are new here. Appreciate you guys tuning in for some WNBA action. Let's see if the Storm can make it 2 in a row. And let's see if the Mercury can snap their 2-game losing streak. Excuse me. Everybody has on the Seattle coaching staff has on the Sue Bird t-shirt. Lauren Jackson, the Seattle legend, is in the building as well, sitting next to Sue Bird here. Lauren Jackson, the Australian, was a part of 1 or 2 of those rings with Seattle. I think it was 2. And ball is in play here. We are off, people, to start this matchup. Whitcomb has the ball over to Copper, to Thomas, back over to Copper. Whitcomb comes off the curl. Whitcomb spins back to her left. Picks up her dribble, nowhere to go with it. Gets it over to Copper with 8 on the clock. Copper gets downhill, left hand layup, nobody home, and lays it in with the left. And the Mercury, the away team, are on the board. Robert, salute. What's going on? Hey, Beulah, what's going on? Salute, salute. Gabby Williams with the ball, right wing, nowhere to go with it. Finds Skylar on a curl. Skylar pump fakes, tries to body Sammy, throws up the floater, and scores. Sammy Whitcomb with the left-hand floater. It's good, and the home team is on the board. And everybody can sit down in Climate Pledge Arena. Satu with the ball, over to Alyssa Thomas. Over to Copper, corner to Sammy. Sammy, quick release, misses. Rebound to Brittany Sykes. Sykes gets downhill. Over to Gabby, left side to Ezzy, back to Gabby, roll to Ezzy, Ezzy down the lane, and smokes the left-hand layup. Natasha Mack with the rebound, throws it out to Sammy, bad pass, and it's a turnover. Skylar, Hezzy gets into the lane, right-hand scoop, and she smokes the layup. Rebound to Phoenix. Alyssa Thomas outlet to Satu, ball goes off Satu. No, they say it's off Sykes, and it's out of bounds. Bill said, Jay, do you see the non-call on Jessica Shepard on Sabrina? Yeah, I saw it. But unfortunately, you gotta play through that type of stuff. Liberty still had multiple chances to win and just couldn't score otherwise. As Satu hits down the baseline jump shot, so it's 4-2 Phoenix. So Sykes gets downhill to the rolling Ezzy, up top to Nneka. Nneka for 3, misses. Rebound with Phoenix. Sammy has the ball. Sammy over to Satu. Satu pump fakes for 3. Steps into the middle. Down to a rolling Mac. Gets tripped up. And it's a foul on Nneka Ogwumike. All right, I'm going to get the on the court people up for us. There we go. Bottom of your screen, you can see who's on the court. Ball in play here with Phoenix. Alyssa Thomas in the right corner. Finds Natasha Mack on a nice roll and finish. Miscommunication there leads to another layup. It's 6-2 Phoenix. Nneka with the ball. Gets it over to Sykes. Left side of the floor. Guarded by Copper. Sykes with the ball. Top of the key here. Gets it to Ezzy at the right elbow. Looking for Gabby. Gabby off the screen. Gabby gets downhill. Spins back middle. Throws up the right hand floater short. Rebound gets tipped out, and Alyssa Thomas is on the run. The freight train bunts off Brittany Sykes. Layup is up and good. Nothing you can do about that. She gets downhill. It's barbecue chicken. 8-2 Phoenix. Nneka with the ball. Nneka up top. Nneka pulls up for a right wing three off the back rim. Rebound to Satu. Satu crosses half court here. Right side of the floor. Gets the screen from Mac. Doesn't take it. Gets the rescreen going right. Satu sets up for a three. And she's short. Ball trickles off. Out to Skylar. Skylar with the ball. 3-on-2. Gets it to Sykes. Right corner three for Sykes. Oh, off the rim. Too strong. Rebound to Satu. It's an up and down game here. Satu over to Thomas. Thomas pump fakes on the pass. Ball gets tipped out, dived on the floor, and two Phoenix players run into each other. Thomas gets it. Thomas into the paint. Spins. Off the floater. Spin floater is good. 10-2 Phoenix. They are on a roll here. My bad. And they have a timeout called here by Noel Quinn. 10-2 Phoenix on top of the Storm here. 6:39 to go in the first quarter. An 8-0 run by the Mercury. Sheesh. Back and forth. Back and forth. It's just up and down, I should say. Not back and forth in terms of the score, but the pace. Players just going up and down the court. Salute to everybody here in the chat. My bad. I'm over here watching this WNBA commercial. Let's take a look at the box score so far. Whoops. There we go. 10-2 is the score. 10-2 is the score. Satu, 2 points. You got 4 for Alyssa. You got 2 for Natasha Mack, 2 for Copper. For the Seattle Storm, you only have 2 for Skylar Diggins. Ten-2 is the score. Salute to everybody here in the chat. Salute. Yeah, you guys get 2 minutes. We're in commercial still in commercial. Let's see if they can finally come back from commercial. Feels like a long one, but it is what it is. I feel like my camera's like a little off. Hold on, y'all. There we go. All right, they coming back finally. So I'm gonna leave this lady alone. If anybody watching the broadcast, this sideline report or something looks off to me. All right, so ball back in play. Back to actual basketball. Gabby Williams with the ball. Gabby comes up the screen going right. Oh, and a turnover out of the timeout. Alyssa Thomas with the steal. Drops it off to Copper. Copper goes up. They said she went straight up. No foul call. Rebound by the Storm. To get it out to Skylar. Skylar over to Gabby Williams. Gabby over to Ezzy. Ezzy hand off to Skylar. Skylar gets downhill. Goes up, throws up the left-hand layup, and scores over Sammy Whitcomb, the ex-Seattle Storm. And it's 10-4. Ball over to Kahleah Copper, top of the key, left side to Thomas. Thomas, not a shooter, so they know she's trying to orchestrate from the Thomas. Now goes other side, goes right side to Satu. Satu dribbling, 5 on the clock. Satu drives, goes up, right-hand scoop, and score for Satu Sabally. 4 for Satu. It's 12-4 Phoenix. Brittany Sykes gets it over to Nneka. Top of the key here. Guarded by Thomas. Hand off to Gabby. Gabby has Sato in her sights. Corner to Ezzy. Ezzy drives across the lane. Shoots the mid-range jump shot. Rolls off the front of the rim and scores. Ezzy Magbagor with the basket. It's 12-6. Sammy with the ball. Keeps her dribble alive. Gets it to Mac. Mac over to Copper. Copper drives. Copper downhill on Gabby. Gets blocked there. And Gabby has the rebound. Gabby on the run. They don't have numbers, but Gabby slows it down. Out to Ezzy. Gets back up top to Gabby. Left side to Brittany Sykes. Sykes dribbles out of that corner. Up top to Gabby. Gabby, dead-eye three. It's good. Gabby Williams knocks down the three. And it's 12-9. Sammy Whitcomb with the ball. She's running point here. Comes off the screen from Thomas. Snatches back. Back to Thomas. At the three-point line, Thomas dribbles to left. Gets it over to Copper. Copper behind the screen for three. Is off. Fight for the rebound. Ezzy saves it. Right to Gabby Williams. Gabby with it now. Seattle with a chance to get within one or tie the game here with a three. Gabby off the screen going right. Gabby. Hook pass to Ezzy. Gets tripped up by Satu Sabali. And it's a foul on Satu. All right, so we have a sub. Erica Wheeler and Dominique Malunga off the bench here for the Storm. The rookie Dominique Malunga out of France here. Brittany Sykes attacks Alexi Hell. Goes floater, goes off glass, can't get it. Alyssa Thomas with the rebound. Thomas pushing it quickly over to Lexi Hell. Left wing three off the front rim. Rebound tapped out of Westbell's hand. And Sykes gets it to Malunga. Malunga in the post against Thomas. Goes up. Too strong. Gets her own rebound. And they say it's a travel. They say it didn't hit the backboard. It looked like, I thought it hit the backboard. It hits the backboard. It hits the backboard there. So they reversed the play. It is Storm basketball. 12-9 here. Wheeler with the ball. Wheeler off the screen going left. Wheeler gets downhill, tries to feed Dom. She gets cut off. It's a turnover. Westbell with the steal. Bonner with it. Up top to Westbell. That's Catherine Westbell, not Maddie Westbell. Over to Thomas. Bumped by Gabby Williams. So it is Phoenix ball. Gabby Williams had to use her body because Alyssa Thomas is a tough guard down there. DeWanna Bonner, deep three is off. Rebound over to Erica Wheeler. Wheeler on the run here. 12-9. It's been stuck here for a while. Erica Wheeler finds the rolling Ezzy Magbagor. Double clutches. Can't get it to go. Alyssa Thomas with the rebound. Alyssa Thomas dribbles. I had Wheeler go down. Westbell gets to three, and Westbell left wing three is good. 15-9. We had a little bit of a scoring drought there. That's Phoenix first three of the game. Erica Wheeler with the ball. Gets it over to Gabby. Gabby, top of the key here. Gabby, another three. And she's short on that one. Copper with the rebound. Copper crosses half court. Copper up top to Lexi Hell. Lexi Hell gets to the top of the key here. Drives. Picks up a dribble over to Thomas. Thomas, left elbow is off. Rebound to Ezzy. Gets it over to Wheeler. Wheeler with the ball. Wheeler pointing out directions here. Gets it up top to Ezzy. Ezzy hand off to Gabby Williams. Gabby Williams goes behind the screen. Gabby Williams drives on Bonner. Goes under the basket. Reverse layup is up and good over Bonner. So Gabby Williams had to work hard for that one. She's up to 5 points. Thomas down to Copper in the paint against Wheeler. Fall away jump shot foul by Dominique Malunga on the help. So Copper will go to the line for 2 free throws. Prodigy on the Twitch says, who do I think will win this one? I'm leaning Phoenix. I'm leaning Phoenix in this one. Lord Fraser, with all due respect, you are Eisner. The long silence is throwing me off. I think something is wrong with my phone. You're doing too much at once. Focus on the game. What are you talking about, my friend? But I'll take that. Thank you. (16-11) is the score. 2:09 to go. Free throw is up and good for Kahleah Copper. 17-11 is the score. 17-11. 2 minutes to go here. Dominique Malonga over to Skylar Diggins. Diggins gets it to Malonga. Malonga goes up, misses. Rebound to Satu. Satu with the ball. Crosses half court here. Satu gets it over to Kat Westbeld. Westbeld back to Satu. Satu over to Lexi. Lexi held for 3 and knocks down the left corner 3. Lexi held, cashes in. It's 20-11. Sky Dig with the ball. Over to Nneka. Down in the post to Malonga. Malonga misses the layup, and they call a foul. But so Dom Malonga got fouled on that. So she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Prodigy says, why do you think Phoenix has been inconsistent when finally fully healthy? That's a good question. That is a great question. Copper hasn't been up to her best. The 3-point shooting has cooled off from the beginning of the season as Malonga hits the first free throw. Oh, I hit the wrong team. Malonga hit the free throw. It's 20-12. 20-12. That 3-point shooting has definitely cooled off for them. Beginning of the season, when all those bench players were getting a lot of minutes, they were lights out from 3. It's cooled off a little bit. Ball and play here with the Phoenix Mercury. 20-13 is the score. Satu down to Bonner. Bonner reverse layup misses. She wanted a foul, doesn't get it. Sky Dig with the ball. 7-point deficit for the Storm. Sky gets downhill, throws up the left-hand layup, draws the foul on Kit Laxa, who's checked in as well. So Sky Dig going to the line for 2 free throws. So for the Mercury, it's Sabali, Bonner, Westbell, Laxa, and Held on the court. For the Storm, it's Ogwumike, Diggins, Malonga, Wheeler, and Tiff Mitchell on the court. Skylar knocks down the first free throw. It's 20-14. Second free throw is up, and she knocks down the second free throw. What's up, Liz? Salute, salute. Thanks for joining. Ball and play with Phoenix. Thanks for joining back. You were there on the earlier one. Appreciate you. Under a minute to go here. It's 20-15. Held over to Bonner, right wing. 10 on the shot clock. Bonner nowhere to go. Guarded tight by Malonga. Up top to Satu. Satu with the ball. Satu steps in for a 3. Off. Rebound to Malonga. And Wheeler has it now. 33 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Malonga with the ball. Top of the key. Down to Nneka. Nneka. Oh, she traveled. They don't call it. Nneka goes left, though. Spin to the left is good for Nneka Ogwumike. And it's a 3-point game here. $15 on the clock here. About shot clock and game clock's about a second apart. Lexi held. Top of the key. Guarded by Wheeler. Wheeler calls for the screen. She right to left crossover on Wheeler. Oh, Wheeler loses it. Held gets the ball stripped and they force a shot clock violation. A lot of dribbling there by Lexi Held. Erica Wheeler put the clamps on, and they say the first quarter is over at the end of 1. 20-17 Mercury over the Storm. All right, so let's get things ready for the second quarter. Salute to everyone tuning in. Take a look at the box score right now. 20-17 is the score. 20-17. Alyssa Thomas with 4 points and 4 rebounds. You got Satu Sawali with 4 points and 3 rebounds. Natasha Mack with 2. Got 4 for Kahleah Copper. None for Sammy Whitcomb. Off the bench, you have 3 for Held and 3 for Westbeld. So they have 6 points off the bench. For Seattle, Gabby Williams with 5. You got 2 for Nneka, 2 for Ezzy, and 6 for Skylar. Off the bench, you have 2 for Malonga with 3 rebounds. The Seattle Storm shooting 35% from the field, 20% from 3. They're 1 for 5. And for the Mercury, they're shooting 44% from the field, 25% from 3 on 2 of 8 shooting. Turnover battle, 1 turnover for the Mercury, and you have 2 for the Storm. What's up, Con Landing? Sue Bird deserved a statue. The next WNBA player who should get a statue is Diana. The one player who should already have one is Lisa. Yeah. Yeah, Diana would probably be the next one to get one. And deservedly so. 20-17 is the score. Thanks for everyone tuning in. If you like this type of content, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new here. We just reached the end of the first quarter in this one. 20-17. If you're just joining, no Nneka Ogwumike, starting point guard for the Mercury. She's out with a knee injury. So Sammy Whitcomb got the start today. I don't think how many this has Sammy scored. Sammy has not scored as of yet. She's only taken 1 shot. For those into the betting world, 1.5 point spread. Mercury are the favorites. Over under is 150. Current is 157.5. It started off at 163.5 pre-game, so it's dropped a bit. But we are at the end of the first, waiting for the second quarter to begin. All right. So thanks for everyone for tuning in. All right. I think the second quarter is about to start now. Second quarter about to start. They're just doing the lead-in commercials coming back to the broadcast. This game is in Seattle. Seattle is the home team. It is Sue Bird statue night. So her statue was unveiled before the game. The first WNBA player to receive a statue in the WNBA. Got some legendary. You got Sue Bird there with the legend Lauren Jackson as well. Lauren Jackson, the Australian, here to support her former teammate. Thunderhawk, salute. What's going on? We're waiting for the second quarter to start here. They're just focusing on Sue Bird right now, talking about Sue and Lauren. Both of them helped each other to win 2 titles, one in 2004 and one in 2010. Ball and play here with the Storm to start the second quarters. Diggins. Oh, bad pass. Throws it. Satu picks it right out the air. 20-17. Satu with the rock. Left side of the floor. Gets it up top to Sammy Whitcomb. Whitcomb over to Bonner. Still at the 3-point line. Bonner throws it down to Satu. Satu shoots it over Dominique, and great D by Dom, and forced a bad shot. Seattle with the ball back. Nneka travels. They don't call it out to Skylar. Skylar for 3. Oh, halfway down and out. Ball tips around, and Kit Laxa has the rebound. Satu with it now. Satu right side of the floor. Left to right crossover for a 3 and misses. Dom Malonga with the rebound. Gets it over to Mitchell. Mitchell with the ball. Mitchell slows it down. Gets the screen from Dom. Pulls up for an elbow jump shot and misses. Sammy Whitcomb with the rebound. Liz said, I guess you noticed the aces are right behind the Liberty. Yeah, Liz, definitely do. Satu loses the ball on the catch. It stays with Phoenix, though. Yeah, so the aces are now 4th seed. We'll take a look at that. I think they just updated the standings after I looked at it before. Satu finally draws a foul going to the basket, and she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Satu Sabali, she has 4 points and 3 boards already. Satu leads the team in scoring, 17.3 points per game. She hits the first. Thunderhawk said, finished watching the Wild game, Indy versus Connecticut. Indy 21 down to 1 OT. Yeah, I was watching that game before I came on stream, and I finished watching it while I was on stream for the earlier game. Wild game that was. Wild game. Phoenix hits the second free throw, Satu that is. And it's a 22-17 lead. Gabby Williams, Skylar, Dom Malonga, Wheeler, and Ogwumike on the court, and they call a foul by Alyssa Thomas off the ball. That's her first foul of the game, I believe. 22-17. Ball in play here, and the ball almost gets stolen, but knocked out of bounds by Natasha Mack. Seattle will try and re-inbound it now. Same spot. They get it into Gabby Williams. She's already hit a 3. Gets it over to Skylar. Skylar on the curl. Fall away from the middle of the paint. Misses. Tip to Satu. Satu with the ball. Oh, catches Skylar with an elbow to the throat on trying to navigate that screen. That's a foul on Satu Sabali. So let me update Phoenix's standings here. Phoenix is currently 5th seed due to that Aces win today. So I just updated it. Mercury are 5 and the Storm are 8. Ball in play here with the Storm. Nneka hands off to Gabby. Gabby off the screen going left. Pass over to Sykes, who's checked back in, down to Nneka. Nneka, turnaround over Satu. That looked off, and it is off. Rebound to Natasha Mack. Over to Thomas. Corner to Bonner. Bonner gets the screen going to her left. Bonner up top to Sammy. Left side to Satu. Over to Mack. Handoff back to Satu. Satu down the lane. Goes up with the right hand scoop. Too strong. Gets her own rebound. Blocked from behind by Malonga. And it's out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mercury. Sorry. Something in my That's a clean block by Dom. Ball in play here with the Phoenix Mercury. 22-17. Feels like we've been stuck here for a while. Sammy comes off the screen. They call us another foul on Alyssa Thomas for the screen. And Erica Wheeler's on the floor holding her face. Hopefully she's good to go. But they called a foul on Alyssa Thomas. That should be her second foul of the game. They're going to review this. Alyssa Thomas not happy about that. Coach Tibbetts is going to review this call. 22-17. 7:48 to go in the second quarter. Phoenix has the only team that has scored in the first couple of minutes of this second. Excuse me. All right, 22-17. As you can see, second quarter is 2-0. Satu Sabali leading the way for the Phoenix Mercury with 6 points and 5 rebounds. Helping out my fantasy team. 4 for Alyssa Thomas with 4 rebounds. We got 2 for Mack, 4 for Copper, none for Whitcomb. Off the bench, Held and Westbells both have 3. They're shooting 36% from the field, 22% from 3 on 2 of 9 shooting. For Seattle, Ogwumike with 2, 5 for Williams, 2 for McGregor, 6 for Sky, and 2 for Malonga off the bench. They're shooting 6 for 21 for 28% from the field. 1 for 6 from 3 for 16%. Yikes, 16%. Got to get that cleaned up if they want to win this game. As usual, at halftime, we'll go over the box score and the team stats. We'll recap all the games that have gone final already here in the W on this Sunday evening. And then we'll take a look at the standings and upcoming schedule. Actually, let's take a look at the schedule now. I know I had shown it before, but they hadn't updated it with the Vegas result. So currently, Vegas is in 4th seed, right behind the Liberty, just a half a game back in the just a game back in the loss column, that is. As you see, the Minnesota Lynx, top of the food chain, 28-5, best team in the league by far this season. So, if Atlanta loses tonight to the Golden State Valkyries, they'll drop back down to number 3. So we'll see what happens there. And you can see at the bottom of the food chain there, all these teams fighting for those final spots. Right? Broadcast is coming back now. Broadcast is coming back. Kahleah, except the New York Library to build their first statue. Who would it be? Sabrina or Ellie? Depends. If Sabrina wins another... Oh, Nate Tibbetts lost that challenge. It is a foul on Alyssa Thomas. So the Mercury have no more challenges the rest of the game. Sykes with the ball, comes off the screen. Sykes gets downhill to the left, scoops it up over Mac and scores. But to that question, Con Landing, I don't think Sabrina will get a statue unless she stays her whole career with the Liberty and wins another chip or two. So in that case, Ellie will probably get one. Thomas with the ball, gets it over to Sammy Whitcomb with 6 on the shot clock. Sammy Whitcomb guarded by Sykes, 5 on the clock. Sammy Whitcomb over to Copper. Copper with 1 second, shot clock violation. No, they say she got it off in time, but they say it's a shot clock violation. I don't think she got it off in time. Yeah, they do say it's a shot clock violation. Thunderhawk says Marine deserves a statue. Nah. Dominique in the paint, attacks Mac, gets blocked by Mac. Rebound to Thomas. Thomas finds the streaking Bonner. Bonner took her eye off the ball, and it's a turnover. Johnny, welcome back. We need 18 points for the parlay. Listen, it's been a struggle to score here for both teams in the second quarter, so hopefully it pans out. Raphael need 10 for AT. She already got 5, so you halfway there. Malonga with the ball over to Williams. Oh, to Nneka with a nice spin and score. See, I was just talking smack about Nneka. She says I could put the ball in the basket. It's a 1-point game here. 22-21 is the score. Phoenix on top. Alyssa Thomas spin from left to right, gets down the lane and scores. That was a filthy move there by Alyssa Thomas. Sykes with the ball. Sykes off the screen. She's playing behind the 3. Shoots a contested 3, and it looked like an air ball and goes out of bounds. Yikes. Sykes not the greatest 3-point shooter. She's more of a rhythm shooter as opposed to a knockdown, dead-eye 3-point shooter. Andrew, the ghost of the men's kid, thank you to the ref for helping win that game yesterday. That was the only reason they won that game. Possibly. Plant BT says Thomas over rebounds. What was the numbers on her rebounds today? Alyssa Thomas trips into the lane, falling down, throws it up, and scores. And will go to the line for the 3-point play. So Alyssa Thomas went back to that spin move, got tripped, threw it up at the basket, and it trickles in. I don't know if that's a foul, though. Erica Wheeler gets out the way. She just literally trips over her own foot. I don't know about that. Oh, it was 9.5. Oh, see, and he got it at 8.5. But anyways, Alyssa Thomas completes the 3-point play. It's 27-21. Both teams have knocked down all of their free throws, so that's a good sign. Over to Gabby Williams. Gabby Williams, right side of the floor, crosses back left over to Skylar. Skylar, left side of the floor, drops it off to Ezzy. Ezzy, up top to Gabby. Gabby, right wing three is short. Rebound to Thomas. Thomas, outlet pass, picked off by, oh, Bonner picks it up. Nneka Ogwumike almost had the steal. Lexi with the ball. Lexi held, that is. Over to Bonner. Bonner doesn't take the three. Down to Mac. Gets, oh, and Gabby Williams with the foul on Natasha Mack. So Mac will go to the line for 2 free throws. They need a Mercury player on the line here. So Natasha Mack at the line for 2 free throws. And bounces all off, excuse me. Mack with the second free throw is up and misses again. Rebound. She misses both free throws. And balls with the Seattle Storm. Sykes with the ball, gets it over to Gabby, left side of the floor here. Gabby comes off that screen. The left her wide open for the mid-range jump shot, too strong, and Copper gets the rebound. Copper over to Bonner. Bonner, oh, right to left crossover, vicious, but then turns it over on the pass to Thomas. Sykes has Copper in her sights, goes up, and scores. Tough layup there by Brittany Sykes. 27-23. Under 5 minutes to go here. Held over to Thomas. Thomas at the top of the key here. Left to right crossover. Blows right by Sykes. Sykes from behind gets the block and foul. Then Thomas will go to the free throw line. So Thomas at the line for 2 free throws. .436 to go. Let me run my clock down a little bit. Thomas is at the line. Thomas hits the first. Sykes and Thomas had a little convo there after that foul. 28-23. Thomas at the line for the second is up, and she knocks down both free throws. 29-23 is the score. 29-23. Skylar Diggins does that rip through move. Skylar just rips it through, and they call a foul. Do they call that a shooting foul? Interesting. I know in the NBA they've resorted to not calling that a shooting foul. Guy at the line for 2 free throws. First free throw is up and good. Second free throw is up, and Skylar misses. Satu with the rebound, gets it over to Thomas. Held with the ball. Held, crosses half court over to Thomas. Top of the key, left side to Copper. Copper comes off that screen. Copper tries to bounce pass it in. Gabby Williams, the league leader in steals, gets that one. Gabby Williams, drop pass off to Nneka. Nneka finishes the layup. And we have a 3-point game, 29-26. Kahleah with the ball. Kahleah gets the screen from AT. Gets to the right elbow, out to AT. AT on the drive on Sky Dig, over to Bonner. Bonner, left baseline jump shot is up and good for DeWanna Bonner. 31-26. Sykes comes off the screen. Sykes dribbles back out. Sykes right side to Nneka. Nneka gets it to a curling Gabby, and it's a foul by Bonner. That's Bonner's second foul. So they're showing replays of that previous play between Gabby getting the steal and then getting the assist on the break to Nneka Ogwumike. Gabby gets it in the right corner to Skylar. Skylar puts Sammy in the post, goes across the lane, takes some contact, finishes with the left. And it's back to a 3-point game here. 31-28. Thomas in the paint. Dribbles back out. Tries to hit a cutting Copper, but they say it goes off Sykes' fingertips and out of bounds. Yeah, Noel Quinn is going to challenge this play. It looked like it initially went off a Phoenix Mercury player. But they said it was Mercury ball anyway. Seattle challenges. 3:22 to go in the first half. Low scoring first half, 31-28. All right, let's take a look at the scores here. 31-28 is the score. Timeout by the Storm to challenge that previous play. 11-11 second quarter. Excuse me. Phoenix Mercury got Alyssa Thomas with 11 points and 6 rebounds, so she's on her way to another double-double. Only 2 assists so far. Satu with 6 points and 6 rebounds. You got Mac with 2 and 3 rebounds, 2 for Copper. 2 rebounds and 4 points for Copper, excuse me. Sammy Whitcomb with no point. Off the bench, Bonner with 2, 3 for Held, and Westbell still. Seattle, you got Ogwumike with 6, 5 for Gabby Williams. You have 2 for Essie Magbagor, 4 for Britt Sykes, and 9 for Skylar Diggins to lead them in scoring. 2 points for Dom Malonga. Nobody else on the bench has scored. They're shooting 36% from the field, 12% from 3, the Seattle Storm, so they have to clean that up. In comparison, the Mercury shooting 44% from the field, and not too much better, but definitely better, 22% from 3. They're shooting 77% from the foul line, 7 for 9. And that's the box score so far. Ooh, excuse me. Getting a little tired here, but salute to everybody on the stream. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new here. We're on the road to 1,300 subs. We're at 1242 right now. So make sure you subscribe to help the channel grow. And if you're already subscribed, make sure you leave a like. It helps out the algorithms and the visibility and all them stuff. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. We are still in the timeout here. Still in a timeout. Still in a timeout. Not missing a thing. Not missing a thing. All right, broadcast is coming back. All right. Ball back in play here with the Storm. The call was overturned. Skylar gets into the lane, spins, and gets fouled. She'll go to the line for 2 more free throws. So she'd be ultra aggressive, making it a concerted effort to get into the paint and try and score or draw a foul. Skylar with 9 points. Skylar misses the first free throw. (31-28) is the score. Storm playing from behind right now. Skylar, second free throw is up and good. 31-29, approaching 3 minutes to go in the first half. Phoenix on top. Alyssa Thomas with the ball. Thomas over to Bonner. Bonner off the screen going to her left. Foul line jump shot is up, and Bonner hits the mid-range jump shot, top of the key. And it's 33-29. Skylar with the ball. Left side of the floor, comes off the screen going right. Skylar gets downhill, drops it off to Ezzy, who gets blocked. Tip rebound, finds its way to Thomas. Thomas tight ropes the sideline. Thomas drops it off to Sammy. Right corner three, and misses. Fight for the rebound off of the Storm, and it'll stay Phoenix basketball. They're showing another replay of that block as he got blocked on. They're just showing the whole replay here. Okay, is the ball in play here? So 2:26 to go. The ball wasn't in play this whole time. I thought they were just showing a replay over live action or something. Looking for Bonner. Bonner comes off the screen, shoots the baseline jump shot. That's another baseline jumper for DeWanna Bonner. It's 35-29. And the Mercury get the steal off the inbound. Sammy Whitcomb with the rock. Sammy Whitcomb over into Copper. Left corner three. Oh, halfway down and out. Rebound to Ogwumike. Gets it over to Gabby. Gabby with the ball comes off to that screen. Gabby, and they call a foul away from the play on Bonner on Ogwumike. Three fouls on DeWanna Bonner. So it looks like the Seattle Storm are in the bonus. They'll be shooting free throws the rest of this quarter as Nneka Ogwumike knocks down the first. Dom Malonga checks in, for Ezzy Magbagor. Second one is up and good for Ogwumike. So it's a 4-point game, 35-31. You have Thomas, Bonner, Whitcomb, Mack, and Copper. Thomas gets to the foul line. Behind the back pass to Whitcomb. Whitcomb drives right, and they call a foul on Diggins. Oh, my bad, y'all. I'm over here listening to the broadcast. I'm over here agreeing with the broadcast. Sammy Whitcomb shoots the first free throw and scores. Oh, I'm getting tired. I can't even lie. Definitely, this is the last one for today. Sammy Whitcomb knocks down both free throws. It's 37-31. Both teams in the foul bonus. And Gabby Williams with the ball. It's Williams, Malonga, Sykes, Ogwumike, and Diggins. Ogwumike with the ball at the left elbow. Ogwumike drives right, bounce pass in the corner to Dom Malonga. Looks like two Seattle Storm players were in that area, and it's a turnover. Ball in play here with the Storm. With the Mercury. 37-31. Both teams in the foul bonus. Approaching a minute to go here in the first half. Whitcomb with the ball. Comes off the screen. Drops it off to Mack. Falling away from the basket. Not her game. She misses. Diggins with the ball. Gets it up top to Ogwumike. Pump fakes for three. Comes off the screen from Diggins. Ogwumike gets Thomas in the post. Spin, step through, goes glass, and scores off the... She went glass off the left side of the floor there. That was a tough move there. 4-point game. Sammy Whitcomb on the response. Sammy Whitcomb knocks down the three. And it's 40-33. Ogwumike with the ball. Over to Malonga. Corner to Williams. They call a foul on Copper guarding Sykes away from the ball. That should be automatic free throws. Brittany Sykes will be going to the line for 2 free throws here. They're showing a replay of that step-through move by Nneka Ogwumike on one of the previous possessions as Sykes shoots the first free throw and knocks it down. Yeah, Chemo. Her and McBride. Quickest releases in the W. As soon as it touches her fingertips, it's up. Oh, and Sykes misses the second. Sammy with the rebound over to Laxa. Right side to Copper. Copper with it. Gets it up top to Sammy. Sammy, quick release again. Oh, she misses this time. Tip rebound by Mac to Thomas. Over to Copper. Another to Sammy. Sammy pulls up again. Oh, Sammy just getting them shots up, boy. She just getting them up. It's a 9-point game. 43-34. 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Skylar out at half court here. 8 seconds to go here. No shot clock. Skylar over to Nneka. Nneka for three. They need it, and they get it. Nneka Ogwumike cashes for three. 2 seconds. 1 second. Thomas throws it up from the 3-point line. It goes off glass and misses. So at the end of the first half, score is 43-37 at the half. 43-37. All right, so let's get ready for halftime here. Halftime is usually 15-ish minutes. So let's get ready for some halftime action. Let's get it started. 1 second, let me get my halftime timer up. Okay. Let's see, countdown. All right, for some reason my timer don't want to show. I don't know what's going on. There it goes. It just loaded up. All right, cool. Let me get things ready for the third quarter, and then we'll take a look at the box score and the team stats. All right, now that that's good, let's take a look. 43-37 at the half. 43-37 at the half. You see, Phoenix outscored Seattle 20-17 in the first. They outscored them again 23-20 in the second. For Phoenix, you got Alyssa Thomas with 11 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. You have Satu with 6 points and 6 rebounds. You have 2 for Natasha Mack with 3 rebounds, 4 for Kahleah Copper, and Sammy Whitcomb with a quick 8 on 2 made threes. Bonner with 6 points. You got 3 for Alexa held, and Kat Westbeld with 3. They're shooting 44% from the field, 26% from 3, 81% from the line. For the Seattle Storm, you have Ogwumike with 13 points and 3 rebounds, Gabby Williams with 5 and 4 assists, Ezzie Magbagor with 2 and 3 rebounds, Sykes with 5, and you have Diggins with 10. Off the bench, you have Dom Malonga with 2, and Wheeler and Mitchell have yet to score in this one. They're shooting 39.4% from the field, 22% from 3. They have 5 turnovers as a team. And that's that. All right, Plan B said her rebounds are the easy cash. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at, let me take a quick glance at the team stats here on ESPN. Yahoo doesn't really have them. So looking at the team stats, points in the paint favor the Storm. They're leading that 22-14. The Storm have not conceded any points off of their 5 turnovers. The Mercury have conceded 9 points off of their 9 turnovers. And that's it for this game at the half. Let's take a look at the earlier games from today. If it would load, 1 second. There we go. So we'll start off with the first game of the day. That was between the Indiana Fever and the Connecticut Sun. The Fever come back from 21 points down, their largest deficit in their career, that resulted in a win in Fever history. 99-93 at the end of the first overtime. For Indiana, Natasha Howard with 18. You had 14 from Boston, 19 from Odyssey, 38 for Kelsey Mitchell, 2 away from the 40-point game. Sophie Cunningham went out in that game due to a knee injury she sustained early in that game. This is why you don't see any other stats from her. Off the bench, you had Lexi Hull with 8 points and 7 rebounds. None for Bree Turner, none for Dantas, none for Bibby, and 2 for Timpson. Kyra Lambert didn't play. For the Connecticut Sun, you have Marina Mabrey with 27, Anissa Morrow with 10 points and 11 rebounds, another double-double for her. You have Tina Charles with 21 and 6, Layla Lacan with 7 points and 14 assists. Those 14 assists helped my fantasy team out tremendously. And 4 for Bria Hartley. Off the bench, Rivers with 15 points and 5 blocks. Big defensive stops there for her. Wasn't enough. Nelson Adota with 4. Aaliyah Edwards with 5. Let's take a look at the remaining games here. What am I looking for this game? Sparks versus Mystics. 86-95. Sonia Citron scores 25 points. Kiki gives them 18 and 10. Rakia Jackson with 17 points. You have 26 for Dearica Hamby with 7 assists. Azare Stevens, not her best night, with 6. You have 25 from Kelsey Plum, 2 from Julie Alamon. Off the bench, you have Burrell with 10, and nobody else really contributing in that one. For the Washington Mystics, Sonia Citron with 24 points. You have 18 and 10 from Kiki, 14 and 6 from Austin, 8 for Shug Sutton, 11 for Jade Melbourne. Off the bench, Alicia Clark with 7, 4 for Olsen, 4 for Engsler, 3 for Dolson, and 2 for Maddie Scott. So that's the stats in that one. Alrighty. Let's take a look at the next game. My bad. The last game that was on was the Dallas Wings versus the Las Vegas Aces. Dallas ended up getting smacked up 106-87. Las Vegas moves into 4th seed behind the New York Liberty with a 21 and 14 record. Maddie Seegers finishes with 23 points and 6 rebounds. You have 7 for Haley Jones, 7 for Geisel Suter, 18 for Paige Beckers, and 6 for Grace Berger. Off the bench, you had 4 from J.J. Quinterly, 9 for Isaiah James, 9 for Heinz Allen, and 4 for Diamond Miller. For the Vegas Aces, you have Asia Wilson with 34 points and 8 rebounds. You have 18 for Kirsten Bell. She was 6 for 7 from 3 today. And Alyssa Smith with 14 points. Chelsea Gray with 10 points and 14 assists, so a double-double for her. And Jackie Young with 8 points and 5 assists. Off the bench, Jewel Lloyd with 12. You have 6 from Dana Evans, 4 from Aaliyah Nye. So the Vegas Aces with their 7th straight win, longest winning streak in the WNBA. Yep, longest winning streak behind in front of the Minnesota Lynx, who have won their last 6. All right. So that is the damage that has taken place today. There's one more game on later today between the Golden State Valkyries and the Atlanta Dream. That game is at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on NBA TV. So make sure you tap into that game. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule, however. Take a look at the upcoming schedule. So we got these games going on. No games tomorrow, 8:18. On Tuesday, there's a slew of games. Minnesota versus New York, the final matchup between these two teams in the regular season. Connecticut versus Washington, Seattle and Chicago, Phoenix versus Golden State, Atlanta versus Vegas. That should be a good one. Probably do the watch along for that one. Definitely. Atlanta and Vegas. I want to see that. On Wednesday, you have the Dallas Wings and the LA Sparks. Sparks hoping to win that game to keep pace with the other 8 seeds. On Thursday, no watch alongs for me. I'll be at the Chicago New York game. Washington and Connecticut also play. Minnesota and Atlanta play. That should be a good one. And Phoenix and Vegas play. On Friday, 3 games. You have Minnesota on a back-to-back. They play the Fever in Indiana. Seattle plays Dallas, and the Valkyries play the Mercury. And to close out the week, you have New York taking on the Dream in Atlanta. Vegas takes on the Mystics, and Connecticut takes on Chicago. Liz says, doesn't Asia have a statue already? She has a statue at South Carolina for her work at South Carolina, not one by her WNBA team. So I think that's the difference there. All right, so that is the box score, the team stats, the updates on the games from earlier, the upcoming schedule, and I could put the standings here as we wait for halftime to close. So a lot of these matchups, these head-to-head matchups that haven't ended yet, are going to be very important. So, for those who are new to the top 8 seeds make the WNBA playoffs, regardless of conference. Also, in the first round, it is a 1-1-1 format. So you play one game at the high seed, one game at the low seed, and then one game back at the high seed if it goes to a game 3. That is a new change from years past, where it would be 2 games for the home team and then 1 away game if it goes to a game 3. So if the playoffs started today or at this moment, Minnesota would be facing Seattle in that first round. Atlanta would face Indiana. New York would take on Golden State, and Vegas would take on Phoenix. I think that's the best. That is the ideal matchup there. I mean, in terms of travel, because if you're looking at a team like New York, New York has to fly from New York all the way to San Francisco to play game 2. And if it goes to a game 3, it has to fly all the way back. So a lot of traveling if it's New York Golden State series. Everything else is a little bit closer. I mean, Seattle, Minnesota is a little bit of a distance, but I think New York, Golden State is opposite ends of the country, which makes it tough. And Vegas and Phoenix are the closest. That's a quick trip for them. But that's how the seating is currently at the moment. Con Landing with this comment: the first round playoff format change. Well, here goes the Caitlin Clark rule. Since the Indiana Fever were deprived of a home playoff game a season ago, yeah, now it affects a lot more now. But you got to roll with the punches. This is what it is. So whatever happens, happens, and you just got to adjust. But as you see at the bottom of these standings, you still got Seattle, Sparks, and Mystics fighting for those final seeds here. Mystics got the big win today over the Sparks, but the Sparks do still lead the head-to-head matchup this season. So Washington hanging around there at the bottom of the table. And then, of course, further down below, you got the losers, the 9 and 8 and 6 win teams: Dallas, Chicago, and Connecticut. So we'll just focus on the top 10 here. All right. So that's the box score, the team stats. Thanks you guys for tuning in for that or staying around for that. We still got another 3 minutes until halftime is over. Make sure you fill out the poll. We will end this poll right before the third quarter starts. It looks like the Mercury are in firm control of it. 69% of you say Mercury will win this game. 69%. So we'll see what happens there. 43-37, waiting for the third quarter to begin. Let me sit up a little bit, stretch a little bit. Here we go. Getting ready for the second half. If you haven't already, make sure you leave a like. If you haven't already, subscribe if you're new here. I'll be back on Tuesday. I'm gonna have to check my work schedule, see what game I'll be able to do. I don't think I'll be able to do the Liberty Lynx game, because that game starts at 7. I think I'll getting off of work around 7. So it may be definitely one of those later games. I'll post a picture in the community tab on the YouTube later on today. In the post tab, excuse me. I think it used to be called community, or it's called community on the back end. So for those who don't know where the post tab is, I'll show you right quick. So on the YouTube channel, you see posts here. And this is where I've been posting all of the schedules for the week. And whatever changes I make and things of that nature. So once I get off stream, I'll go through my schedule and figure out the schedule for the week. And I'll probably either post it tonight or tomorrow. It should pop up in your subscription feed as well. So that is that. Appreciate you guys for all the support, both new and old. We will be continuing to do this as long as I can. Season's coming to a close, so I will be trying to get as many as I can in, and then when the playoffs start, if I'm not going to any of the playoff games, I will be on stream to talk about those the games as well. Right, it looks like the broadcast is restarting now. Broadcast is restarting. They're still just doing like the commercials right now, leading into the broadcast. All right. So make sure you get those predictions in, people. I'm about to end the poll. Make sure you get those predictions in. Okay. Halftime is over. Thanks for tuning in for the halftime report. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Third quarter underway here in Seattle. Ball in play here with the Storm. Sky Dig with the ball. Sky Dig, the rolling Ezzy. Ezzy in the paint against Mac. Spins over her left shoulder and banks it in. Great patience there by Ezzy. And it's 43-39. Turn my volume down. Kahleah Copper gets to the foul line, misses. Tip rebound to Ogwumike. Oh, she saves it. I thought it went out of bounds, but they save it. 43-39. Gabby splits a double, gets it out to Skylar. Skylar pump fakes for three. Baseline to Ezzy. Ezzy in the post against Whitcomb. Throws it out to Nneka. Down to Ezzy against her countrywoman, Sammy Whitcomb, and she scores. So a quick 4-0 for the Seattle Storm. A 2-point game here. 43-31. Oh, Copper finds a rolling Thomas. She saves it. Corner to Satu. Satu for three. Big shot by Satu Sabali. Knocks down the corner three. It's 46-41. Handoff to Skylar. Skylar with the ball. Skylar comes off the screen. Jump pass. Gets tipped away by Alyssa Thomas. Thomas chases it down. Thomas goes up. Layup is up. And she smokes it. And rebound to Nneka Ogwumike. She was by herself and smoked the layup. Nneka fakes the pass. And she comes the other way and lays it in. 46-43. Miss an easy layup on one end. Come back the other and give up a easy layup to Nneka Ogwumike. 3-point game. Satu with the ball. Nowhere to go. Gets it down to Alyssa. And it's a turnover. Steal there by Nneka. Over to Gabby. Gabby with Satu in her sights. Goes up with the left hand scoop and scores. Time. Did they call a timeout? Oh, he doesn't. No. He's going to let him play it out. 1-point game here. 46-45. Seattle on the comeback trail here. Sammy tries to... Sammy quiets the crowd here. Knocks down to three. Top of the key. 49-45. Sammy Whitcomb up to 11 points. Sykes with the ball. Gets it over to Ezzy. Top of the key here. Over to Skylar. Skylar comes off the screen going right. Skylar. Ezzy goes over to a right-hand scoop. High off glass and scores. Sky Dig with the layup. It's 49-47. Mac over to Thomas. Thomas with the ball. Cross court to Copper. Copper guarded by Sykes. Jab steps right. Comes left. Up top to Thomas. Doesn't get it to Whitcomb. Gets it over to Copper. Copper back to Thomas. Give and go. Copper down the lane and scores. That was a nice give and go there between Thomas and Copper. Copper at the basket for the layup. 51-47. Diggins off the screen. Left side to Nneka at the three-point line. Hand off to Sykes. Sykes gets bumped into by Whitcomb. Sierra, what's going on? Salute, salute. Good to see you in the chat. Hope all is well on this Sunday evening. Ball in play here with the Storm. Gabby Williams with the ball. Gets it out to Sky with 7 on the shot clock. Sky gets the screen from Nneka. She dribbles right. Back up top to Nneka. Nneka, top of the key, 3. Off. Rebound to Satu. Satu with the rebound. Crosses half court here. Satu, right side of the floor. Gets it over to Copper, left side of the floor. Dribbles, finds a rolling Thomas, and she lays it in over the helping Ezzy Magbagor. 53-47. 6-point lead again. Sykes over to Ogwumike, top of the key here. She dribbles left. Hand off to Gabby. Gets to the center of the floor. Back left, gets the screen from Nneka. Gets it down to Nneka. Nneka fall away over Satu on the left baseline and scores. 53-49. Sammy Whitcomb with the ball. She's been on a little bit of a heater to end the second into the third. 17 and 5 for Nneka. Ball gets tipped out off of Sammy and out of bounds. Storm get possession. You're rooting Storm? Okay. Let's see if they can get their second win in a row after losing 6 straight. Ball in play here with the Storm. Within 6. Sykes with the ball. Comes off the screen going right. Gets cut off going downhill. Up top to Ezzy. Ezzy shoots a 3. Oh, halfway down and out. Thomas tips the rebound to Copper. Copper walks into a 3 and rattles it in. Top of the keys. Timeout, Noel Quinn. It was a 1-point game. Now it's a 7-point game. 56-49. Copper with that last top of the key 3. So they came out hot, the Storm did, but the Mercury quickly respond. 56-49. Sierra says, I love Skylar. She has Denise Huxtable energy. Oh, that's funny. Let's take a look at the box score while we have a chance here. Score is 56-49. 56-49. Copper just made a 3. That was the last play. They're outscoring the Storm 13-12 in the quarter. Phoenix got Alyssa Thomas on triple-double watch. 13 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists for Alyssa Thomas. Satu with 9 points and 7 boards. You got 2 for Natasha Mack. 9 for Kahleah Copper with 3 rebounds and 3 assists. 11 for Sammy Whitcomb. Dewana Bonner with 6 points. You have 3 for Held, 3 for Westbell still. Seattle, you have Ogwumike with 17 points, 5 rebounds. Gabby Williams with 7. You got Ezzy with 6. 5 for Sykes. 12 for Sky Dig. Off the bench, Malunga with 2, and nobody else has scored yet. So that's the box score so far. Right, we're waiting for the game to resume. They're showing commercials here on League Pass. Appreciate everyone who has tuned in. Make sure you leave a like. Subscribe if you like this type of content. We'll be back on Tuesday for one of the games. I'll post the schedule once I solidify it. So make sure you're subscribed so you get notified when I'm about to go live. We're on the road to 1,300 subs. We're at 1,243 at the moment. So we're a good 57-ish away from 1,300. Hoping to reach that before the start of the playoffs. 56-49 is the score. This is the 4th of 5 games on the WNBA calendar today. The last game will be between the Dream and the Valkyries. That should be a good one. Valkyries currently What are they in? Currently the 6th seed, trying to hold on to that 6th seed. So we'll see if they can. Atlanta trying to solidify their hold on the 2 seed. With a loss, they move down to 3. With a win, they move a game up on the Liberty, as we have a offensive foul on Seattle out of that timeout. So not a good possession out the timeout. 5:10 to go. 5:10 to go here in, I almost reset my quarter. 5:10 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Dominique Malunga checks in, but Phoenix has the ball. Alyssa Thomas at the controls here with Westbeld, Copper, Held, and Sabali. Copper with the ball. Copper shoots a 3, almost banks it in, but rebound to Magbagor. Williams with the ball. Attacks Satu, draws the foul. So Gabby Williams draws the blocking foul on Satu Sabali. I think Satu is going out. Yep, Satu will go to the bench now for Dawana Bonner. 56-49 is the score. Storm outscoring the Mercury 34-18 in the paint, but they're still losing. Malunga gets the ball in the paint and soft hand, soft touch, rolls it in. Dom Malunga up to her 4th point. Bonner in the right corner. Out to Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas gets downhill, stops, goes up, gets fouled, and scores. Alyssa Thomas drove to the lane hard, stopped, had the defense fly by. As she was going up, they stripped down. She still finishes the layup. So Thomas to complete the 3-point play, she does. 59-51. Thomas with 16 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Ball over to Malunga. Malunga drives hard, gets stopped, and they call a travel on Dominique Malunga. I thought she kept her left pivot foot. All right, this man, he just racking up the cash. Man hasn't taken a trip yet. Thomas with the ball over to Copper. Copper tries to get downhill. Right to left to right crossover. Dominique Malunga gets the steal. Tries to go coast to coast, but it gets deflected out by Alyssa Thomas. So it stays with the Storm. Wheeler to inbound. Gets it in to Magbagor. Magbagor up top to Gabby Williams. Williams comes off the screen going right. Gabby snakes into the lane over to Wheeler. Wheeler for 3. They need it. They get it. Erica Wheeler knocks down the left wing 3 off the assist from Gabby, and it's a 5-point game. 59-54. Storm are only 3 for 12 from 3. Alyssa Thomas gets downhill, goes through the lane, and draws the foul. Foul on Wheeler. Alyssa Thomas going to the line again for 2 free throws, excuse me. So Alyssa Thomas back at the free throw line. 16 points for Alyssa Thomas. First free throw is up, and she misses. Alyssa Thomas with the miss. Fans behind the basket waving the white towels to try and distract her. Second free throw is up and true for Alyssa Thomas. 17 for Alyssa. 2 rebounds away from a double-double. 3 assists away from the triple-double. Gabby Williams steps into a long 2 off the rim, Held with the rebound. Held crosses half court, gets downhill, gets to the foul line. Touch pass to Westbell. Westbell almost travels out to Hell. Left side to Thomas. Guarded by Magbagor. Jab step. Blows by Magbagor into the paint. Baseline pass to Westbell. Too strong. Rebound to Gabby Williams. That is her second rebound. Gabby gets into the lane, goes glass, and scores. Tough move there by Gabby. Snaked into the lane, center of the paint, goes glass, and hits the floater. Alyssa Thomas comes off the screen, spins, throws it out to Lexi. Lexi held for three, too strong. Malonga gets the rebound, throws it out to Wheeler. They have numbers if they want it. Wheeler over to Gabby on the run, steps through, reverse layup is up, and good. Gabby with back-to-back buckets here. And it's a 2-point game, 60-58. 60-58. Storm hanging around here, hanging around on the Mercury. So they hit that quick outlet pass to get the numbers advantage and attacked quickly. 60-58. Excuse me, my bad. 60-58. Gabby up to 11 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. But Gabby Williams having the best year of her WNBA career. She leads the league in steals. She did get that max contract. What was it? What's the protected contract? The Supermax, whatever. Oh, dang, I can't believe I'm blanking on the name of that contract. But she did get that max contract. Ball in play here with the Phoenix Mercury. 60-58. A nice run here by the Storm to get it within 2. Alyssa Thomas with the ball. Gets it over to Bonner. Bonner, top of the key. Left to right crossover on Malonga. Pump fakes. Malonga stays down. Great defense. Wheeler gets the tip on the ball from Copper. Copper takes a 3. Fight for the rebound. And Ezzy gets it. Ezzy gets it over to Williams. Chance to tie or take the lead here with a 3. Williams slows it down. Over to Ezzy. Back to Gabby. Gabby, top of the key. Dribbles to her left. Gabby. When she goes left, she likes to shoot the midi, and she does and misses. Copper with the ball. Ghost. Salute, Ghost. What's going on? And we have a foul away from the play, away from the ball here. Going on Skylar Diggins. Talking about Ghost. I don't even know if that's really a Ghost movie. I went to see Weapons last night. Very interesting movie. Ball in play here with the Mercury. Oh, what a bullet pass from Thomas to Bonner. Bonner just flips it over her head, goes glass, and scores. 62-58. Ball over to Sykes, top of the key here. Sykes dribbles right. Sykes drop pass to Malonga, wide open. Layup is good. Good 2-woman game there, 62-60. Okolo Makani's hurt, Ghost. Ankle injury. Ball in play. Thomas lobs it to Copper. Copper tries to catch it one-hand style. And does he have a turnover here? Oh, Skylar travels. And they do call it. R&J, salute. Really great job with the commentary. Keep it up. Thank you. Salute to that. Appreciate you. Johnny said Weapons based on a true story. Is it really? Wow. That joint was creepy, though. It wasn't scary. It was just a creepy movie. Ball in play here with the Mercury. 62-60. Whitcomb loses the ball. Dives on the floor. Dives into Sykes' leg, though. Yikes. Ooh, Brittany Sykes got her leg crashed into there on Sammy diving on the floor for that ball. Yeah, Johnny, that one was crazy. I don't want to spoil it for nobody, but definitely go take a look at that movie. I will say it ends really like it's a slow progression, and then the end hits and it's like a straight down. Like it ends pretty abrupt, but definitely check it out. I ain't gonna spoil it for y'all. Yeah, Weapons the movie. Yeah, Sierra. Jump ball here, and they call a lane violation on the jump. Ball goes to the Seattle Storm. 62-60, a minute to go in this one. Ball in play here with the Seattle Storm. A chance to tie or take the lead. Under a minute to go here in the third. Skylar comes off the screen. Out to Nneka. Nneka for the lead. For three. Misses. Bonner with the rebound. Bonner over to Westbeld, who got it to Thomas. Lob pass down to Bonner. Bonner got triple teamed out to Westbeld for three. Oh, contested three from Westbeld. Knocks it down over the outstretched arms of Malonga. 65-60. Under 30 seconds to go here. Wheeler comes off the screen. Wheeler out to Nneka. Nneka down to Malonga against Westbeld. One leg fall away. Misses. Rebound to Laxa. And the shot clock is turned off. And they call a foul by Skylar in transition there. Oh, that puts them over the limit there. That was a silly foul by Skylar. Bonehead move there by Skylar. 65-60. Sammy Whitcomb at the line for 2 free throws. Knocks down the first. So they got it within 3. And now it's back up to 6. And now up to 7. Sammy hits both free throws. 16 seconds to go on the clock to get it into Skylar. Skylar crosses the half-court line. 8 seconds on the clock. And they intentionally foul Skylar. That was a foul to give there. So Seattle will have to inbound, sideline out of bounds. 7 seconds to go on the clock. Let's see what happened. We'll see how the Seattle Storm can close this quarter. Wheeler with a lane violation there. Oh, that's a silly. She tried to get the ball in. You're not supposed to move. And a lane violation. Ball into Alyssa Thomas. 5, 4, 3. Thomas gets the ball stripped by Skylar. Over to Wheeler. Throws it up from half court and misses off the backboard. So at the end of the third, it's 67-60. 67-60 at the end of the third. Yeah, Satu's playing. She's just not in at the moment. Let's get things ready for the fourth and final quarter. Chemo, yeah. They keep getting close. They just can't get over that hump there. 67-60, fourth quarter about to start. Let's take a look at the box score here. Phoenix outscored Seattle 24-23 in that quarter. If you're into the betting, the spread is now 4.5. Either way, Mercury are the favorite right now. And the over-under is at 168.5. It started off at 163. So if you bet the over on the pregame odds, you might be in good shape right now. Phoenix, however, Alyssa Thomas with 17 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds. So she's 2 rebounds and 2 assists away from the triple-double. Satu with 9 points and 7 rebounds. Natasha Mack with 2, 9 for Copper. And Whitcomb with 13 in the start for Akoa Makani, who was out hurt. Bonner with 8, 3 from Held, 6 from Westbeld. So you have 17 points from your bench for the Phoenix Mercury. They're shooting 46.9% from the field, 36 from 3. And they only have 5 turnovers. They have 13 turnovers. They have 5 steals. For Seattle, Gabby Williams, 11 points, 6 assists for her. You have Nneka with 17 and 5. Ezzy Magbagor with 6 points and 5 rebounds. Sykes with 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Sky Dig with 12 points. Off the bench, Malunga with 6. Wheeler with 3. That's 9 points total. Looking at the team stats here, total rebounds, the Mercury are leading the way 28-23 in the rebounding department. Both teams have shot double-digit free throws, 12 for the Storm, and you have 16 for the Mercury. Looking at the total turnovers, 15 for the Mercury, 10 for the Storm. The Mercury have conceded 14 points off of their 15 turnovers. The Storm have conceded no points off of their 10 turnovers, but they're still down on the scoreboard. Points in the paint in favor of the Storm by 20, 42-22 points in the paint. Crazy. Largest lead of the game is 9 by the Mercury. The Storm have not led. Looking at the comments now. Sorry, let me catch up. He must have how the smallest player becomes a bully. I'll let Lloyd Lee and Alicia Clark do my smack talking for me. I see what you're saying. Johnny says Sato needs to give you 9. I don't know, my friend. She's been up and down. Go says Sky with 3 turnovers. Don't forget them. Yeah, Sky with 3 turnovers. She does. Yeah, 3 turnovers for Sky. Oh, what am I looking at? Wrong thing. All right, game about to come back on. Right, 4th quarter starting, people. 4th and final quarter. Can the Phoenix Mercury hold on for the win? Or will Seattle come back? They're not really a good 4th quarter team. And we have a foul away from the play on the Mercury already. So it's a good sign for them already. Ball in play here is a moving screen by Kat Westbeld. So 67-60, Storm with the ball. Sky, top of the key here, gets it over to Nneka, left-hand side of the 3-point line. Nneka with the ball, tries to attack Thomas, gets the ball deflected, finds a cutting Skylar. Skylar goes up and scores. Good cut by Skylar, right down the center of the paint. She scores the left-hand leg. Good find by Nneka. It's 67-62. Ball down to Bonner. Bonner, triple team. She just turns around, just a bunch of tiny people around her. She shoots right over them. Gets the basket. 69-62. Wheeler with the ball. Wheeler out to Malunga on the 3-point line. Hand off to Skylar. Ball gets kicked out of bounds. It says it goes off of Whitcomb. Storm retained possession. Gabby Williams checks in for Erica Wheeler. I mean, compared to Bonner, who's like 6'4", Wheeler and Diggins, they might as well be tiny people. Nneka gets down the lane, gets fouled, and scores. Nneka going to the line for the 3-point play. Nneka cuts right down the lane and scores. Gabby Williams, nice pocket pass to a rolling Nneka. She splits between 2 defenders there, gets tripped up a bit, but it's the composure to finish the left-hand lay. And Nneka completes the 3-point play. It is now a 4-point game, 69-65. Ogwumike with 20. 9 minutes to go here in this game. Whitcomb gets it over to Thomas. Thomas finds Copper on the curl. Copper gets to the foul line, out to Westbeld. Westbeld drives on Sykes. Spin, fall away, goes high off glass. Kat Westbeld. Excuse me, I was not familiar with your game. Spin move, 1 leg, fall away off glass. Listen, do you shoot that shot? But she makes it, though. Oh, Malunga almost turns it over. Brittany Sykes saves it from going backcourt. Sykes with 7 on the clock. Sykes gets it over to Skylar. Skylar for 3. They need it. And she shoots an air ball. Yikes. 71-65. Ball in play here with the Mercury. All right, show the game now instead of focusing on players. Sammy gets it over to Bonner. Bonner has 10 points in this game. Bonner, top of the key, guarded by Malunga. Right to left crossover. They leave Bonner wide open for 3, and it's off the back rim. Nneka fights for the rebound. She gets it. Over to Sykes. Sykes on the run here. Sykes gets it to a cutting Gabby, and Gabby scores. What a bullet pass. Cross court. to a cutting Gabby from Brittany Sykes, and it's 71-67. Gabby up to 13. Sammy comes off the screen, gets fouled from behind by Sky Dig. Skylar usually first to do the twirly fingers. She didn't twirl them this time, so she must have fouled. Skylar is the king of telling the coach to review, but she did not indicate for a review there. They're showing the replay. Oh, they thankfully they got out of that replay. Thomas with the ball. Hand off to Sammy. Sammy, quick release. Off the front rim, rolls off. Rebound to Magbagor. Gets it over to Sykes. Right side of the floor here. Right Sykes. I said right Sykes. Right side of the floor. Up top to Nneka. Nneka to Sky. Gets it back to Nneka. Corner to Gabby. Gabby for three off the side of the rim. Hits the top of the backboard. And it is Storm ball. 71-67. Seattle struggling from three in this game. Ball in play here with the Mercury, however. Seattle shooting 3 for 16 from three. And they still within striking distance. 4-point game. Thomas with the ball. Up top to Bonner. Right side to Satu, who's just checked back in. Hand off to Kahleah Copper. 7 on the shot clock. Copper, corner to Bonner. Guarded by Sky. She's backs it out. Shoots over her, off balance, and it's a shot clock violation. They don't call it, though. Gabby with the rebound. Gabby goes down the court. Goes cross-court pass. Oh, almost a turnover, but Skylar has it. Up top to Nneka. Nneka pump fakes. Wide open, and they call a foul there by Copper. Defense was flying around for the Mercury, but they foul on that possession. 4-point game. 71-67 here. 6:41 to go. It looks like Lexi Held about to check into this game for Sammy Whitcomb. So Gabby to inbound for the Storm. They get it into Sykes. Sykes, top of the key here. Gets the screen from Magbagor, going to her right. Sykes stops. Mid-range is up and good. Cash. Brittany Sykes hasn't been offensively potent in putting the ball in the basket, but she hits that midi. She's up to 7 points. And so a 2-point game. 71-69 here. Thomas gets to Copper on the curl. Copper gets downhill, throws up a left-hand layup off glasses, scores. Wow, what a tough shot by Copper. That's another assist for Thomas. She's up to 10 assists. Double-double for Alyssa Thomas. Sykes gets it over to Nneka, left side of the floor. Tries to bounce pass it into Bonner. It's a kick ball by Bonner. So it stays with the Mercury. I mean, with the Storm, excuse me. Ball in play here with the Storm. You have Sykes with it. And they call a travel on Sykes. Turnover, Seattle. 5:59 to go. And we have a timeout here on the floor. 5:59 to go. Seattle down 73-69 on the visiting Mercury. All right. Let's take a look at some action here. 73-69 is the score. 73-69. Seattle outscoring the Mercury 9-6 in the quarter. You got Alyssa Thomas for the Phoenix Mercury. 17 points, 10 assists, 2 rebounds away from the triple-double. You have 9 for Satu Sabali with 7 rebounds. She does have 4 fouls, which is why she's played limited minutes. 2 points for Mac, 11 for Kahleah Copper. You have 13 for Sammy Whitcomb. She scored a majority in that second quarter. Bonner with 10 points off the bench, 8 for Westbeld on 2 made threes, 3 for Alexa Held, and Kit Laxa with none. For Seattle, you got Gabby Williams with 13 points, 7 assists. You have Nneka with a game high 20 points and 6 rebounds. 6 for Magbagor, 7 for Sykes, and 14 for Sky Dig. She does have 4 fouls, however. Dom Malonga with 6 points, Wheeler with 3, Tiff Mitchell yet to score. They're shooting 18.8% from 3 compared to 33% for the Mercury. Comment God, salute for the comment God. You need one more from Copper. Hopefully you can get it. Oh, no, one more 3-pointer. My bad. I just read that wrong. One more 3-pointer. They are 3 for 16 from 3. Nneka has taken the most. She's 1 for 5. Gabby's 1 for 4. Erica's 1 for 2. Sky and Britt Sykes 0 for 2. They can't throw a rock in the ocean from 3. Yes. All right, we're still in commercial here. They're doing like a little compilation of Sue Bird and Courtney Vandersloot and their assist prowess. Yeah, for Phoenix, you got 1 for 5 Copper from 3. But you got Sammy 3 for 7. Yep. All right, waiting for the game to come back. Waiting for the game to come back out of timeout here. The last call was a travel on Brittany Sykes. All right, it's coming back now. Here we go. Right, we got a nice size crowd in here. 83 y'all in the chat. Salute, salute. Make sure you leave a like if you like this type of content. Subscribe if you are new here. This is Sue Bird trophy reveal day. So they reveal Sue Bird's trophy. She's the first WNBA player to get a trophy, a statue from their WNBA team. So a bit of history for the legend Sue Bird, 4-time champion. As Satu shoots a 3, misses. Alyssa Thomas gets the rebound, so she needs 1 more for the triple-double. Thomas with the ball attacks Nneka, and I think Nneka got popped in the mouth there. And fight for the rebound goes off Copper and out of bounds. 5:25 to go in this one. It's Seattle ball. It is Storm basketball here. Ball in play here. Gabby Williams at the controls. Gabby crosses half court. Comes off that ghost screen from Ezzy. Gets into the paint. Gabby turns. Throws it out to Ezzy. Over to Erica Wheeler. Wheeler, top of the key here with 10 on the shot clock. Erica, right-hand dribble. She steps back for a 3. Erica for 3. Too strong. Ezzy Magmagor gets the offensive rebound. Ezzy throws it back out to Erica. Shot clock reset to 14. But it's 10 on the clock now. Erica guarded by Bond. She steps in for a 2 this time and knocks it down from the left elbow. And it's a 2-point game again. 73-71. Thomas, thought Copper was cutting back to her. Copper was going back door, but Williams tips it out of bounds. They get lucky there. Held goes out. Whitcomb comes in for the Mercury. So lineup is Thomas, Sabali, Whitcomb, Copper, and Bonner for the Mercury. Ball is in play here with Thomas. Thomas in the post against Ogwumike. Hits over to Satu. Satu going to her dominant left. Goes behind the back. Into the lane. Hop step. Floater is up and good. Wow, Satu, what a tough shot that is. And gives them some breathing room. 75-71. Sykes, right to left crossover, gets downhill. Left hand layup is up and good for Brittany Sykes. She turned on the afterburners. Left Bonner in the dust there and squeaks it in. 75-73. Thomas with the ball. Calls out the play. Tugs on her ear. Whatever that play is. Gets it over to Whitcomb off the curl. Whitcomb gets downhill. Gets the ball stolen. They have a 3-on-1 here. Gabby Williams down the lane. Left hand layup. Misses. Doesn't get the foul call. Rebound. Nneka rolls it in. Tie game. 75-75. 3:57 to go. Nneka Ogwumike with the rebound and putback. 22 points. 7 rebounds for Nneka. She got the deflection on Sammy on one end. Gabby Williams misses the left-hand lay. She gets the rebound and scores. Timeout by the Mercury. We got a good one on our hands, people. 75 all. 75 all. Let's take a look here. 75-75. Seattle outscoring Phoenix 15-8 in the quarter. 75 all. Let's take a look. Alyssa Thomas, 1 rebound away from the triple-double. 17 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds. For Seattle, you got 22 from Nneka to lead the way, 14 from Skylar, 13 from Gabby. Been pretty balanced all around there. Bench points is in favor of the Phoenix Mercury. They have 10 from Bonner, 8 from Westbell, and 3 from Hell. So that's 21. 21 bench points for the Mercury, and you have 11 for the Storm. All right. We have a good one on our hands, people. 75-75. With a win, Seattle gives a little breathing room on the 9th and 10th place Sparks and Mystics. They move to 18 and 17. With a win for the Mercury, they move to 20 and 13. They stay on pace with the Vegas Aces, who passed them earlier today. Salute to everybody here. Make sure you leave a like if you like this type of content. We're getting to the end of the WNBA season. This is my 3rd season doing WNBA watch-alongs. I appreciate all the support throughout the years and those who are just finding the channel. We're on the road to 1,300 subs by the playoffs, hopefully. We're at 1,243. So what are we now? About 57 away-ish. Yep. About 57 subs away from 1,300 subs on the channel. All right, broadcast is coming back now. Broadcast is coming back. Let me lock that off before it starts spoiling the scores for us. Seattle has not led in this game. Ball in play here. And they over here focusing on one player as Copper goes to the basket and scores. I couldn't even see the basket. It's 77-75. The Mercury have retaken the lead. We have a foul on the play here. I'm not too sure. Oh, Noel Quinn calls a timeout here. Oh, so we go into another timeout. Jeez. So we have another timeout on the floor here. Another timeout on the floor. $77-75, 3:33 to go in this one. Mercury are 8 for 25 from 3. The Storm are 3 for 17. That was weird. I was confused at what the call was. I guess I don't know. That was a little what the whistle was for, I should say. Man, why the sky looks like yellow? I don't know what's going on outside. Storm are shooting 50% from the field. Mercury about 47.5%. But the Storm with 3:32 to figure it out. You're down 2. They were hovering all game. They haven't led in this one. They've tied the game, but they have not led. All right, so let's see what happens this last 3.5. We got a Kahleah Copper support us, a Korea. Let's go, Kahleah. And we have a foul here by Sammy Whitcomb. Runs over Erica Wheeler, and Sammy mouth she flopped. Yeah, she sort of sold that one. Sort of sold that one. Ball in play here with the Storm. Sykes over to Nneka. Back out the 3-point line to Sykes. Sykes comes off the screen. Hits it to Nneka on the roll. And Alyssa Thomas gets the steal. Alyssa Thomas on the run here. Just Brittany Sykes in her side. Gets it to Satu. Satu smokes the left-hand layup. And the Storm get the rebound. Sykes. Sykes for 3. And the win? No. Satu with the rebound. 2:54 to go here. Copper with the rock now. Guarded by Gabby Williams, one of the best defenders in the league. Gets it over to Thomas, right elbow. Thomas with the ball. Gets it corner to Bonner. Bonner, corner, right 3, misses. And Nneka with the rebound. Gets it over to Sykes. Over to Wheeler. It's Wheeler, Sykes, Williams, Ogwumike, and Magbagor. Low pass. Thomas dives on the floor for it. And they say it's a jump ball. Seattle with some bonehead passing there. Almost a turnover. It's a jump ball, though. Sky Dig checks in for some. I don't know who she's checking in for, but she's checking in. So jump ball, center circle here. Between Nneka and Thomas. Alyssa Thomas, that is. Jump ball is up. Nneka wins the jump ball. Gets it over to Wheeler with 8 on the clock. Wheeler for 3 in the win. In the lead, and she scores. I said the win. Jeez, I'm over here jinxing myself. Seattle with their first lead of the game. 78-77. Erica Wheeler, big shot 3. Ball out to Satu. Over to Kahleah Copper. Copper. Oh, bullet pass to Satu, who loses the ball. Oh, Satu, Butterfingers. Easy layup there. Satu, she just catches and turns, but she fumbles the ball. Satu Sabali, the ultimate saleswoman. Ball in play here with the Storm. Nneka with the ball. Nneka, handoff to Gabby, right side of the floor. She's coming left. Wheeler, another 3? Oh, I was about to say. The roof would have took off that place. Kahleah Copper tips it out of bounds, though. If Wheeler would have knocked down that 3, boy. She hit it right off the back rim there. All right. We have a good one here, people. Salute to everyone who tuned in for this one. Ball, Seattle to inbound under their own basket. Sky gets it in to Magbagor. Handoff to Gabby Williams. Top of the key here. 10 on the shot clock. Gabby Williams up top to Wheeler. They're saying, Wheeler, go win us this game. Wheeler dancing with Bonner. Blows by here. Right hand scoop, doesn't get the foul. Rebound to Satu. Satu over to Thomas. Phoenix with a chance to take the lead. Jump past the Copper. Copper wide open under the basket. Scores. Timeout. Noel Quinn. 79-78. So they said, Wheeler, go ahead and win us this game, or give us more of a lead. She tries to go ISO with Bonner. Wild layup. Loose ball finds its way to Thomas. Copper ends up wide open under the basket on the other end. Sarah said, you called it earlier, Jay. You said this would be a good game. Yeah. I knew it. That's why this game was the original only game on the schedule I was going to do. But I'm glad I did the other game with the Mystics. That was a good game as well. Right, we have a timeout on the floor here. 15 points for Kahleah Copper. 79-78, 117 to go in this one. This is a really good game here. As I mentioned at the start of the stream, Seattle leads the season series 2-1. This is the final game of the season series between these two teams. I don't think head-to-head will come into play since Seattle is... you never know. If head-to-head comes into play here, you would want... the Phoenix Mercury would want to win this game. Seattle also would want to win this game as well, because if they win, they'll win the season series 3-1. So if they happen to tie at the end of the season in record, they'll have the upper hand. All right, enough of me rambling. Let's get back to action here. Storm ball, 1:15 to go here. They have the ball. 79-78 as Climate Pledge Arena rises to their feet. Skylar comes off the screen going left, probing, gets into the paint, goes up the left-hand floater, too strong. Alyssa Thomas, triple-double. She gets the rebound. Bonner over to Satu, over to Copper. Copper drives baseline, hangs, and scores. Copper, back-to-back layups here. And it's 81-78. I think Zachariah, she got the 17 you needed. Copper up to 17. Nneka for 3, and Copper gets the rebound. You have a jump ball here. And Copper slow to get up here. But Alyssa Thomas, as I mentioned on that last thing, it was a triple-double. She has 17 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists. I think they said that's the 16th of her career. That was her 16th of her career. Salute to Alyssa. So we have a jump ball here between Copper and Ogwumike. Seattle needs this. Erica Wheeler checks out. Sykes checks in. So we'll see what the Storm haven't scored in the last minute 40 here. So this is what happens when the Storm in the fourth quarter they struggle to score and close out games. They can come back, they'll play you tight, and then they fold in the end. All right. It looked like Gabby Williams tried to steal the jump ball there. Gabby Williams tried to jump instead of Skylar, but they get caught by the referees. So it's Sky versus Copper for the jump. And the Storm don't get it. Bonner gets it. No need to foul, though. 30 seconds to go. It's about a 12-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Alyssa Thomas at the controls. A basket here will probably do them in. Thomas into the paint. Right-hand bank is good. Right over Nneka Ogwumike. And that, ooh, that's dirty. Alyssa Thomas. No labrums in her shoulders. And somehow got the ball up and over Nneka Ogwumike with her patented shot. In and out with the left. Crossover to the right. Goes off glass and scores. Alyssa Thomas, clutch as they come. 19 points, 11 assists, 10 rebounds. Yeah, she has 2 torn labrums, Sierra. So she's been playing with 2 torn labrums for a number of years now. She says she won't get surgery until her playing career is over. So she's learned to play with no labrums. That's why the shot looks so funky when she's shooting. She's learned to play without them. But 83-78, 21.2 seconds to go in this one. Mercury on a 6-0 run in the last minute. The Climate Pledge Arena rises to their feet here. Gabby Williams to inbound. Gets it into Nneka. Nneka pump fakes for 3. Nneka guarded by Alyssa Thomas. Gets into the paint. Step through. Throws up the right hand lay. Trickles off. Fight for the rebound. Satu gets it. Loses the ball. Nneka with the rebound. What happened? They saying there's a timeout called on the floor. But I don't know if anybody had possession. This is going to be an interesting one. Nneka steps through, misses the layup. Oh, so Nate Tibbetts was calling a timeout, but Skylar strips the ball out of her hand, so there's no possession there. So that should be a bucket. Let's see how they call this. That should be a bucket and foul. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Nate Tibbetts. They saying it's an inadvertent whistle now. Oh, this is gonna be interesting here. I don't know how they're gonna call this. I don't know how they're calling this. This is a this. So the referees are trying to figure out how this is gonna be called. So Nneka misses the layup. Satu gets the rebound, but immediately Skylar hits the ball out of her hands. And then Nneka gets the loose ball, puts it up, but then the referee raises his hand, calling the whistle. They saying the basket will count, though. She was in the shooting motion, so the basket does count. That should be a foul, though, on Satu. So that should have been a 3-point play. So the score, the basket counts, so it's 83-80. Let me see if they update there. Yep, 83-80 with 12 seconds to go in the game. So in the end, they get the call right, but that should have been a 3-point play in my opinion there. So now Nate Tibbetts calls the actual timeout. 83-80, 12 seconds to go in this one. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What an ending to this game. Seattle, 6 of the last 7 games decided by 4 points or fewer, and they're 1-5 in those games. 1-5 in those last 6 games. So they're a team that struggles to close, as evidenced by tonight's game. Wow, what a game. Salute to everybody here on the watch along. Make sure you leave a like if you like this type of content. Subscribe if you're new here. We have had 2 good games here on the watch alongs today. The Mystics game earlier, and now this game between the Mercury and the Storm. Nneka, whatever you see here, it says 9 rebounds for Nneka, Johnny. Yes, this is according to ESPN stats here. So unless they make an adjustment afterwards, that's the stat. All right, so it's Phoenix ball inbounding on their side of the court. 12 seconds to go. They get it into Copper, but she turns it over. Sykes gets down the hill. Layup is up and good. 1-point game. Wow. They get the ball to Thomas. They have to foul here. They have to foul. And they foul Bonner. They let too much time get off the clock. On the simple inbound, Thomas gets it to Copper. Copper keeps running. She passes it behind her. Sykes goes downhill and scores. But they run away and they don't foul immediately. So now it's a sideline inbound play again for Alyssa Thomas. 3 seconds to go here. It's 3 seconds, y'all. And they get it into Sammy Whitcomb, and they foul Sammy immediately. 2 seconds to go. 2.9 to be exact. So Sammy Whitcomb, one of the best free throw shooters in the league, will go to the line for 2 free throws. I don't know how many timeouts. Seattle doesn't have any more timeouts. They may have a reset timeout. They do have a reset timeout, Seattle does. I wish these broadcasts would put their timeouts at the bottom. Sammy cashes in both free throws. So it's 85-82. I think I changed the score for the wrong team. Home team. Let me take points away. 85-82 is the score, people. Mercury on top. 85-82. So 2.9 to go. They need a 3. There's no chance to go for a layup. I wonder if Phoenix will foul before the 3-point shot. Maybe too little time to try and do that. Gabby to inbound. Gabby gets it into, oh, and they almost turn it over. Wheeler has to throw it up, and that's how the game ends. What a terrible ending to this game. It was so anticlimactic. They don't even get a good attempt at the 3. The ball gets deflected on the inbound. Erica Wheeler has to basically just throw it backwards towards the rim, and that's how the game ends, people. What a game. 85-82 final score. The Mercury moved to 20-13 on the season. And the Storm dropped to 17-18. Now 7 of their 8 games they've now lost. They're 1-6 in their last 7 games. As Ezzy Magbegor and Sammy Whitcomb come over and hug their countrywoman Lauren Jackson, their Olympic teammate. 17-8 for Seattle. 17-18, excuse me, for Seattle. Everybody coming over to hug Sue Bird on her statue, her immortalization in statue form. But that's the game. Let's take a look at the box score. Wow, what an ending there. What an ending. Let me refresh this. 85-82 final score. Phoenix get the win over the Seattle Storm. You can see that last quarter, Seattle made a run for it. 22-18 in the fourth, but it wasn't enough. Phoenix, you have Alyssa Thomas with 19 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists, her 16th career triple-double. Got Satu Sabali with 11 points and 10 rebounds. She gets a double-double. Didn't really shoot the ball particularly well tonight, but she ends up getting it. Mac with 2, 17 for Kahleah Copper with 5 rebounds and 4 assists, 15 for Sammy Whitcomb in the start. Off the bench, Bonner gave 10, 8 for Westbell, 3 for Held. Seattle, you have Gabby Williams with 13, 7 assists, 3 rebounds, 24 for Nneka with 8 rebounds. You got 6 for Ezzy Magbegor, 11 for Britt Sykes, and 14 for Skylar Diggins. Off the bench, 8 for Wheeler, 6 for Malonga. And that's it. 18% from 3 is how their night ends. 4 for 22 for the Storm. 8 for 26 for the Mercury. 30%. Turnover battle, 16 for the Mercury and 12 for the Storm. So they even won the turnover battle, but lost the game in the end. It's not enough. It's not enough. All right, y'all. That was a good one. That was a good one. The Storm end up doing what the Storm do and folding in the last seconds of the game. That's it from me for tonight. I'm not going to do that last game. I was falling asleep in this one. I was a little tired, but I'm glad that it was close, so it woke me up in the end. Atlanta versus Golden State at 8:30 on NBA TV. Make sure if you can, tune into that one. That should be a good matchup. I will be as well. I'm gonna get some food, sit on the couch, and watch that one. Salute to everybody for the likes, the subscriptions, the super chats, super stickers, everything. Appreciate you guys for the support. We got a couple subs there. Appreciate you guys for subbing up. I'll be back on Tuesday for one of those games. That's on Tuesday. Probably not the Liberty game because I think I get off work later than when it starts, but I will be back on Tuesday for a game, so make sure you guys are tuned in. All right, enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening or whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. And until next time, it's Jay Jordan. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Salute!